With less than 300 brought to the US, these bikes are quite rare. At first sight, it looks like any other GSXR 750 of the era. But the 1986 GSXR Limited is fitted with a dry clutch from the factory as well as a close ratio 6-speed transmission, lightweight bodywork, solo seat, and a longer swing arm. These bikes were as close to track ready as you could get and no doubt turned heads on the road. Coming in at $6,500, it was the most expensive Japanese sport bike that year. Most of the engine internals are identical to the standard 750, but steering is sharper, brakes are stronger, and the suspension feels stiffer. Shelling out $2,100 more for the Limited brought a list of limited production enhancements that made it faster, especially on the track. The dry clutch alone cost $2,000 and could be used in just about any GSXR, so the Limited was often stolen and parted out. There is also a 41mm front fork with electronic anti-dive that is shared with the GSXR 1100, 310mm front brake rotors with a dual opposed piston calipers, and an aluminum-bodied remote reservoir shock bolted to the aluminum front floater linkage. The 749cc dual overhead cam 4-cylinder 4-stroke boasted 105 horsepower at 10,500 RPMs. Weighing in at 419 pounds, it was a beast. There were two variants of the 1986 GSXR 750 Limited Edition. One version was released in the US, Europe, and Canada, and another for the Japanese market. The Japanese version had red and gray graphics, along with a fuel gauge, headlight kill switch, tinted turn signal lenses, Japanese spec city lights, and a black 4-into-1 ray gun exhaust system. The non-Japanese variant came in a red, white, and blue livery, did not have the Japanese-only items, and sported an exhaust pipe with an aluminum heat shield. The homologation GSXR Limited saw 500 produced, and a few can still be found today. By today's standards, the Limited is nothing to write home about, but in the days of universal Japanese motorcycles, any edge over the competitor meant bigger wins and better sales for the manufacturer. It would be another 2 years before a major design change took place, and with the seemingly endless sea of the late 80s Japanese motorcycles at the time, with constant design changes, it was easy to forget this beautiful machine. But today, you can see this bike on display at the Petersen Museum as it is on loan for the next 2 years.